Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing? My name is Daddy Alex. Welcome to POPRAGEOUS Thursday. Sorry, I had to check something there on my computer. You know, there's so many moving parts when you're doing something live. It's like, you know, when you're recording something, you could always go back and do a retake and retake. When you're live, it's like having your pants down. I used to be a musician, right? So I used to go on stage, I used to play and sing. So, you know, I mean, I tell you, there's nothing, I don't know, man. You know, being a musician is a lot harder. Maybe a Broadway actor, but when you're an actor, you get your takes, right? You get to rehearse. When you're live on stage, especially small rooms, right, where, you know, there's like 100 drunk people. There's no hiding, right? There's no hiding. And I was always so good at it. You know, I just kind of like, you know what? Let it happen. Let it happen. That's kind of like what Millie. You know what? I like Millie Alcock. I do. I think she. I don't want to say she's a great actress. She's a good actress. She's a good young actress. I think she's spunky. Probably have fun having drinks with her, but I think she just had young girl syndrome and a little bit of foot and mouth. You know, a little bit of foot, I think she. My dad used to always tell me, "Cause Danny, you are still young and stupid." It's like, what the hell you? You call me young and stupid. Yes, I'm young. I'm not stupid. I was stupid, right? Oh, man. When we're young, we're stupid. Stupid being defined as I have no wisdom. I have no life experience. Therefore, my age, by default, makes me less than intelligent. But that's okay, right? That's why we grow up. That's why we get older. That's why you got to listen to your elders, my friends. Listen to your elders. You know, before I went on, we're like 30 seconds. We're counting down. I just want to punch up some news. Did I miss some news? And I did miss some news. But I also, if you look on the right here, what are we talking about? Millie Alcock. We're talking. Millie said some things. I'm not going to be too hard on her, but I think it's one of these things that could ruin the movie. For the record, I like Millie. I do. I think she's got a great career ahead of her. She does. Shut up. I think she's got a great career ahead of her. She's just got to get out of these early 20s. And anyway, and then we got Daredevil. I watched episodes 2 and 3. I have a lot of comments to make, guys. I have a lot of comments to make. The Disney has really come out. And there are some things, some story. As a screenwriter, I always watch the storylines. I watch the character development. I watch where they're taking things. Look, man, in the first season, after I watched the first season, I know a lot of people didn't like it. But I tell you this, the episodes with the Punisher, everything with Frank was made it worthwhile. That first season. Oh, intensity. So you got to know, yeah. You got to know he's coming back season 2. I don't know what episode he's coming back season 2. But we've got problems. Episode 2 and 3 of the Daredevil, guys, we got some problems. We're going to address them. We're going to bring it up. The show, look, as far as Marvel goes, Disney Marvel, as much as we got to complain about in episode 2 and 3, it's still better than 90% of what's out there. I don't know what TV show of the Marvel shows that would be better. I think for the most part, the casting, you know, what's his name? Charlie Cox is fantastic. I was watching him on the, they have a podcast that they do. And the actor, I didn't know he's British. I guess he's British. You go, hey, mate. But I really think, and again, I will say this again, and I've said it always. I don't like Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. I don't. He's a soft-faced, like really, you couldn't like when you're looking at Punisher, right? John Bernthal. Holy geez, did you watch the first season of him? The episodes with him in it? Instant attention, instant intensity, instant. I mean, it should be a 6'6", big ass bald guy, fat and muscle, with that Punisher intensity. That's, and I tell you, Vincent D'Onofrio is like sleepy, lethargic, dopey. I got 2 pens. Vivander. So I apparently own Millie, but I am always the last to know about it. Look, stop. Yeah, right. If I was Chris Hemsworth and I was in like Thor: Love and Thunder, if like, you know, on the promotional tour, I'd be like, you know what, mate? I'm sick and tired of women trying to own men's bodies. I'm sick and tired of women trying to, you know, sexualize our men's bodies. I mean, I got news for you, Millie, and, you know, that's what humans do, right? We are sexual beings, men and women. And I don't even know, what? Well, we'll get to it. We'll get, Vander. I also got some Daredevil stuff, right? Some Daredevil, guys. Everything Disney does, it will get Disney-fied. It will get Disney-fied. I was watching Daredevil, and I got the Disney Plus with the commercials, right? I was getting Disney Princess commercials. Oh boy, I'm really interested in that one Disney with the accessories, with the crown and everything. I was really. I mean, fuck me, Jesus Christ, fuck me. Super Mario. I don't think this is a surprise, or is it? I don't think it is. Huge box office. First day yesterday. Boom. Do I have an explosion sound? I have.
But what's wrong with being sexy? I mean, there's no sexist.
No, that's not it. That's do you know what movie that's from? Do you know what movie this is from?
But what's wrong with being sexy? I mean, there's no sexist.
Sexist. Spinal Tap. One of the best movies. If you haven't seen Spinal Tap, Rob Reiner, Terrible Tragedy. Rob Reiner's first movie, and I would still argue it's one of his best. I mean, he had a lot of good movies. If you've not seen Spinal Tap, I always did, when we were musicians back in the day, like, when I was like, 5 years younger, or 25 years younger. It would be one thing. Well, if you're a musician, you have to eat sushi. Like, you have to go. You have to like sushi. You have to, and you have to have watched Spinal Tap. If you're a musician, especially if you're one that played live, let the studio guys. That's different. They're like, but if you were, if you did live music, and you have not, and someone said Spinal Tap, and everyone's making jokes about Spinal Tap, and you're the one guy sitting there going, you're out of the gang. You're out. Get out. If you're a musician, you watch Spinal Tap. And we've got a little bit of Harry Potter stuff. I don't know. We'll probably massage. The chat always brings up stuff that we get to, yak about. But I'm ready to throw down. My name's Daddy Alex. This is POPRAGEOUS Live. That's the Thursday Big Show. Vivander, Ben Feister's in the house, man. When Aquaman came out in 2018, there were thousands of wine moms, and I think it actually had more women than men, right? They just look, this is why women love superhero movies. You stupid idiots. Marvel, you idiot. James Gunn, you're dumb. James Gunn, Kevin Feige, you are dumb. Women want to see Chris Hemsworth chained up yelling, "You flick too hard, damn it!" You flick too hard, damn it! That's what women want to see. I did research, and we're going to get to a lot of Daredevil stuff. I did research. Do you know? And I think this is the same with, and I'm gonna drop this bomb right now. This is probably not a surprise to most people. The male audience for a superhero TV show or a movie ranges between, for males, 87% to 94%. The male audience of, now that I was digging for Daredevil because we got stuff to talk about with Daredevil. But the male audience for a superhero show or movie ranges from 87 to 94%. You could tell Gandalf, which is basically that's Norse. That means in Norse, which is where Tolkien took the name from. In Norse, that means elf with a wand. It's a dwarven name from the Prose Edda. Thank you very much. I am huge, guys. I am huge into Norse mythology. Huge. Freaking huge. And I love Lord of the Rings, but people know only a fraction of what Tolkien lifted from Norse mythology. Only a fraction. You know, one of the elf languages is basically Old Norse. He added, I think, 1 or 2 runes. It's basically Old Norse, and he called it an elf language. So, well, I'm going to do a show. Look, and I love Lord of the Rings because the story is freaking awesome, but the whole backdrop is Norse mythology. Midgard. What is Midgard? What is Midgard? What is it? It's Middle Earth. Yes, Middle Earth. Midgard is Middle Earth. Yes. Gandalf is the exact description of Odin. Right? A man who walked around in a gray hat and gray robes, carrying a staff. He was all wise, all powerful. Yada yada. Literally, and then he took a dwarven name and he slapped it on Odin. They said, okay, this is Gandalf and he's a freaking Maya, right? Which is fine, which is cool. I like Lord of the Rings. Don't jump on my ass. Okay? We don't hide the facts here. Yes, Aquaman. Yes, the women, you know what, guys, this might be news. This is going to be news to some people. Women want to bang Jason Momoa. Women will have sex with him. Ben Feister, welcome. What I miss? You haven't missed much. I mean, this is the yak session, right? We're just yakking. We're getting into stuff real soon. No sheet. More women enjoyed Aquaman because of Jason. Second Aquaman, guys, I was brutal on it. I did not. Oh my God, what a Frankenstein monster of a movie. So bad. Anyone that could give that movie any sort of, look, it's entertaining. If you watch Aquaman 2, if you watched it at home, right? It's Saturday night. You don't want to go out. You're sitting at home. You got some great food. You're looking forward to that steak. You whipped up a steak. Like, what? I want to watch something stupid, really stupid. I'm going to watch Aquaman 2. I think I'll watch Aquaman 2. From my understanding, as a huge Tolkien reader, he mixed a bit of his Catholic beliefs and Norse mythology. Now, Ben Feister, I'm not gonna argue that, right? I'm not gonna argue that because I believe he was quite religious. But the reality is, all of the lore from the dwarves to the elves to the trolls to the dragons to the oh my god, trolls, did I say trolls, to the now you could go much deeper, and I can go and that is all Old Norse. Every single name of every dwarf listen. Every single name of every single dwarf in Lord of the Rings comes from the Prose Edda, comes from Old Norse. Even Gandalf is a dwarven name that means elf with a wand. Every single one. And you cannot tell me that Old Norse is Christian. That's about as pagan as it gets. Doesn't get much more pagan than that. Now, Ben Feister. He was a religious man. That's well documented. So I think he took a lot more of the pagan stole. Look, people always use the word, nice words when someone, when anyone else steals something, it's like, oh no, he fucking stole it. But when it comes to Tolkien, no, he's bringing it to light. He's paying homage to it. No, I fucking stole it. He ripped the whole thing off. But that's okay because a great story came from it, okay? The elven trees, which is basically Isildil, the dwarven tree of life. There's no fucking difference. Odin had a magic ring that it made 9 rings. The ring that made 9 rings every so often, stuff like that. This is not about Tolkien. I still one of the greatest stories ever written. It's probably my top 3. I do think, guys, I'm a huge Dune fan. When Dune 3 comes out, Dune 3, the Dune trilogy, may go ahead of Lord of the Rings as my favorite trilogy. It might. I love Denis Villeneuve. I love the first one. I love the second one. But Ben Feister, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, my friend. You're not wrong. He was a religious man. I'm sure there's lots of, what you're passionate about is going to make it into what you write. Well, as a screenwriter, I do have to preface that. As a screenwriter, I try and make sure the things that I am biased about, I remove my bias. So when I'm writing a horror, and I write demonic horror, I actually have priests in the Sicken, which is one of my my most winning horror universe. It's a universe of screenplays. I have priests from the Vatican that are demon hunters. So I take things that I might not necessarily, it's fiction, so you have fun with it, right? So, did I have the Vavander? I think more women went to see the first Aquaman than went to see the first Captain America, Marvel first Captain America flick, right? America? You mean America, right? Captain Marvel, the female? Oh, I see what you're saying. As like a male lead, female lead. Oh, absolutely. Well, I don't. Honestly, women don't want to see women superheroes. Like they don't. I mean, I shouldn't say that. That's a pretty. Our Livatar is basically the equivalent of the Christian god. The Valar gods were based on Norse. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're spot on. Yeah, and I think there's a bit of. I don't think Tolkien. Look, the man is a brilliant man. He was. Look, he was an expert in Norse mythology, and he knew what he was doing. He just never thought of the internet coming and everyone finding it out. But that's okay. I just wish. My only thing is with Norse mythology, because I am, and that's part of my culture. I'm Central European, Northern European. That's kind of take back my family and like all around there. So it's kind of like it's my culture. It's my culture. And the Vikings did raid England, and they basically settled in England. So half of England is basically Vikings, right? I mean, they took women. They had a lot of sex. Have you guys seen one of my favorite movies is Arthur. It's the with Clive Owens. Legend. There's so many Arthur things. King Arthur. Clive Owen. It was director Antoine Fuqua, writer David Frazzoni. And why did I think that what's his name had a thing to do with it? And I tell you, Stellan Skarsgård. Stellan Skarsgård as the Viking King was so freaking good, right? He was so when at the beginning when they land and they're they got the woman in there and they were trying to rape her. And he comes in, hey, come on, we don't mate with these people. And then the woman is afterwards. Oh, I think his son, he kind of pulls a little bit and he pulls his sword out. And he has that lie. He goes, you wanna, or if you want to question me, you gotta kill me, kind of thing. And then the woman says, thank you. He looks up, kill her. Fucking so classic. If there's any role, guys, I do love. I'm gonna pull this up just because. Wait a sec. That's not what I want. That's what I want. But yeah, right. That's the movie, right? Clive Owen. It's got a great cast. It was one of Keira Knightley's first movies. Mads Mikkelsen as Tristan was freaking awesome. Look, it's not the greatest movie told. 6.3. You know what? I give it a 7. I freaking enjoyed it. I did. If anything, for Stellan Skarsgård, played King Cedric. All of the acting was fabulous. All the acting was fabulous. I mean, if you want to watch a great movie, look, there's this movie, there's Excalibur. Like in terms of some of these older movies that are absolutely freaking brilliant on so many levels. Tolkien baptized Norse mythology in the same manner that Aquinas baptized Aristotle. Well, I don't know. He stole it. He ripped it off. I mean, just say it. He restated. He didn't give any. He didn't say, at the beginning it said, I like to give, the fact that I took Norse mythology as the basis for my story. He didn't say that. That's the problem with Tolkien. No one says it. He freaking absolutely took all of Norse mythology and said, "Okay, I'll take this. Hold up. I'll take Norse mythology. I'll take all of this Norse mythology. And there's the bedrock of my story." If he would have said, "I'd like to thank, the 3,000 years of Norse mythology as the basis," he didn't. And it gets frustrating when everyone says, "Oh, he's like," that's my problem, my friend. That's my problem. Where am I here? What are we talking about? Down. Tolkien baptized. That we just did, bruh. I'm agreeing with you, laughing out loud. I'm saying that there's a lot. Yes, there is Catholic symbolism. He was a Catholic. Darn right. Along with his Middle Earth imagery and Norse mythology. Yeah. I have okay. That Vivander, that is freaking gold. Fuck, that is gold. I do not want to sit in your bathtub, my friend. I'm not even going to ask you what the rings are made of, all right? What you do in your bathtub is not for me to say. Or is it? Fuck you. Nine rings of my bathtub. That's fucking good, Vivander. Oh, right? Ben Feister? Son of a gun. Ben Feister. So saved Supergirl's story a fit that the trailer was not well received. Like, it's a story about a dog. This is, I said it, I think on Saturday, I said, this is going to be DC's Marvels. Like, this is the Marvels. I think it could be worse. Damn it, Vivander. You know what? The next time, bad times. Yeah. I should do like a promo show. Like I'll stream bathing in my bathtub. Oh fuck no. Like it'd be like zero people on. Did I miss one? We call all them the Norman invasion of 1066. Well, yeah. If it wasn't for that, Tolkien probably would have rewritten Beowulf in the vernacular. Well, Beowulf. Do you remember the with Anthony Hopkins and right? When was it? 2006. I actually like that as well. But Angelina Jolie, I like that one as well. I did. It's not like a 7.5, 8, right? Again, Beowulf is one of these things. Oh shit! You know what? I haven't watched that. I'm in the mood for some like Old Norse kind of stuff, right? But look, it is disingenuous to say that Old Norse is not wrapped up with England. It really is. I mean, the Viking invasions. I mean, if you know anything about the Vikings, now the Vikings is not Old Norse, right? The Vikings. I mean, that's what the 7th, 8th century to about the 11th, 12th century, the Vikings. Old Norse goes back way back to the old Germanic days. And I mean, goes back thousands of years, right? Thousands of years. So it's, but guys, we've got to, this is something I want to get to really fast, really fast. I don't think he says anything. But to Andy Serkis has got something to say. Andy, I'm going to start sharing here. What the fuck just happened? Aragon, stop sharing. I don't want to stop sharing. I'm going to start sharing. Okay, what's going on here, man? That'll work. That's when, Castaway. Remember that quarter of the pooper came? That'll work. That'll work. Him and Wilson got off, right? Him and Wilson got off the island. Although we lost Wilson. That was a sad part of the movie. Guys, Aragorn, you know what? I came on, just before I came on, this came up, and I said, you know what? I'm going to quickly throw it on. I'm not even sure if it's relevant about anything. Aragorn's recast in new Lord of the Rings movie officially confirmed by Andy Serkis. I don't know if he gives the name, though, because this literally, when was it? April 2nd, 6:56 Eastern. Right? This was like literally so... Let me have a beverage. Hold on. I got... Oh, that's good. Andy Serkis has officially confirmed the role of Aragorn will be recast in the upcoming film, The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum. I hope that's not the news because I think everyone knew that. The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum is set between the events of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, focusing on an untold story that was never fully touched upon in previous installments of the massive franchise. Hey, you know what? Maybe they could get Stephen Colbert to help out. Right? Maybe Stephen Colbert's got some free time. He can. Where were we? There we go. Well, the original trilogy epically brought J.R.R. Tolkien's world to life on the big screen. The upcoming movie promises to explore a smaller part of the universe. You never want to hear that. It's a smaller part. It shrinks when it gets cold? Yes. The story unfolds, the story follows the pursuit of Gollum, one of the author's most fascinating characters. You know what? Gollum could be one of the greatest characters ever written from the perspective of he's a supporting character, but he weaves and binds the story together in ways that are amazing, epic, an amazing character. When you think of, as a screenwriter, when I think of I wish I wrote that character. Yeah. The story follows the pursuit of Gollum, one of the author's most... it will also reveal a brand new take on the events of the series that fans of the saga have come to know and love. Speaking in a recent interview with Screen Rant's Liam Crowley for Animal Farm, Serkis addressed the casting for a highly anticipated movie. The actor confirmed that while speculation has been wild, a new actor is officially being sought for the... formerly held by Viggo Mortensen in the role. Okay, I thought we were getting... the recasting of Aragorn is a particularly notable change. I don't think that's a surprise. Is this new, Screen Rant? I'm going to rant on your ass is what I'm going to do. Finding someone else to step in the role is a huge challenge, both for the film's creators and new actor. Franchises like Lord of the Rings come with a very loyal and passionate fan base. Tell Rings of Power that, right? Can someone Can someone call up Amazon? Hello. Can I speak to Jeff Bezos, please? Danny Alex. Alex. Danny. First name. Yeah, never mind. You know what? I know they're not giving any news. Is the news? So the news is. Okay, there you go. So that is. The news is, my friends. There's no news. Don't worry. Because we got Millie. We got Millie Alcock. Oh, Millie. So first off, I wanted to address one thing she said. This was a couple of weeks ago. I want to address this. I got to reset that. All right, that's fine. I'll do it. I got no problem. He's no problem, my friend. He's no problem. No, my friend. There we go. Now, how do we do this? So the way it's set up. But the title is, can I get that in there? Millie Alcock says Supergirl teaches girls it's okay to be bad and messy. So the problem I have, the star Supergirl wants girls to learn it's okay to be bad and messy. those are really. If I had a couple of 1 or 2 little girls, 3 little girls, would I want the message? Daddy, Supergirl said it's okay to be bad and messy. Who the fuck is Supergirl? Telling my girls that it's okay to be bad and messy. Really? The upcoming Supergirl movie is already raising eyebrows after Millie Alcock described the film's message in a way that suggests DC Studios may be leaning heavily into modern feminist themes. A strategy that has produced mixed results at best in recent years. No, it has produced crap results. Which is why I mentioned at the onset of this broadcast, the Thursday night big show with your host Danny Alex, that 87 to 94% of all audience members are male when it comes to superhero audiences. Okay. Now that's 6 to 13% of females is awesome, right? They are awesome. Like you see them at the cons, they're dressed up, they're doing the full on show. Freaking awesome. Love the girls. Love them. In a recent interview promoting the film, Alcock said she hopes young girls leave Supergirl knowing that it's acceptable to be a bit bad and a bit messy. Honey, clean up your room. No, Supergirl told me. Oh, for real. Oh, fuck this. The comment has sparked debate among fans who are wondering exactly what kind of message the film plans to deliver and whether bad and messy are really the qualities audiences want from a superhero, particularly one as iconic as Kara Zor-El. The problem is, dear God, and this is what, I don't know why. This is the problem. Can I make a statement here? And for any girls or women watching or that will watch on the replay, I hope you know what I'm talking about. You don't see men when Chris Hemsworth does a Thor movie. Here's what I really like. I really like to have young boys. What I like to take them from young Thor here. It's okay to grab a hammer and bash your way into things. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want young boys to remember all that. No, you know what? It's just about the audience. Just the audience. When you start carving up the audience, when you start suggesting that this audience exists for this particular group of people, this is the only reason, the only people. What is wrong with little boys, for crying out loud? You know, is there ever going to be a little boy that's the secret to everything in some movie at some point in time? It's always a little girl. It's always a daughter. It's always this. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. It's just 100% of it. There's no little boy. No one has a son. It's never like in the new Daredevil. White Tiger, what was it? Did he have a little son? No, it was a little daughter. That's a problem in Hollywood, especially when your audience is 90% plus male. Duh. Hey, Marvel. Hey, Kevin Feige. Duh. That's fine. Yes, I did get some post-secondary education. Thank you very much. According to early descriptions, this version of Supergirl will be far from polished. Yeah, we've seen the trailers. Hopeful figure often associated with the House of L. Yada yada yada. We got to the points. That was the points I wanted to make. Let's. Oh, where is it? I got that. Let's
make lemonade.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Oh, how do I get rid of the advertising? There we go. That'll work. Now, I like Millie Alcock. I do. Oh, man. Okay, well, you know, Variety's page setup is so bad. It really is so bad. But I think we're okay to read it like this, right? So let's get Supergirl star Millie Alcock says, I really can't stop Backlash and understands why Scorsese and Ridley Scott criticized superhero movies. Oops, wait a sec. Was that what I wanted? Oh, no. That's a different article. Shut up. Okay, well, that's fine. Supergirl star Millie Alcock preemptively blames sexism for Backlash ahead of film's release. Echoes She-Hulk rhetoric. There you go. That's what we want. Let me get rid of. I tell you, man, geeks and gamers. Let me just inspect this and get rid of this thing here. There we go. Gone. You know what? Think about this. When you I actually do websites as well. I write CSS, HTML, a little bit of other code. Although now you can just do it with ChatGPT. When you make your header this freaking big across the top and it takes a third of your page, what are you thinking? Do you think I need to see your stupid header going all the way down your page? Geeks and gamers, yo, take out your stupid 3-inch header. Just a little bit of advice. Supergirl star Millie Alcock preemptively blames sexism for Backlash ahead of the films. I think we've been through that. And there you get the Millie and what's his name? Why can I not? Tatslani, right? What's her name? The green girl that's yelling, you know. As conversation builds around DC's upcoming Supergirl film, and I think this is a real problem. I think it's stuff like this that so many guys, so many fans that go, oh, geez. I don't need this. I don't like, okay. So female actors, Millie, Rachel, everybody on the girl's side, stop thinking that just because you're a woman, that you're going to create some sort of, I'm going to be a women activist. I'm going to speak on behalf of all women. Be an actress. What you should be doing, what you should probably say is, you know what? I kind of like the way my ass looked in that skirt. That's what if I was the actor, if I was Millie, I say, you know what? I really like the way my bum looked in that skirt. I'd be like, I'd probably already have tickets. I would have pre-bought my tickets. Like, sign me up. I need 4 tickets. I need 4 tickets to see exactly how good Ali. But then again, now women are owning their bodies. I don't know how that. Then she throws the men owning bodies, right? Well, why are you in a skirt? Wear sweatpants. Wear sweatpants. Let Supergirl wear freaking sweatpants. Why not sweatpants? Why doesn't Thor wear, well, they did make him fat. Great move, Marvel. Great move. Oh my God. The superhero genre, look, it's done. Doomsday is going to be a freaking disaster. It's a disaster. If Supergirl beats the Marvels, I'll be shocked. This is James Gunn's The Marvels, except it's his second movie. That's the difference. Snyder's coming back, baby. In a recent interview, Alcock suggested that much of the response to her casting and performance may stem not from storytelling decisions or fan expectations, but from something less entirely. When asked how the Game of Thrones fan base prepared for her and the backlash she expects surrounding Supergirl, she said the following. It definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in that space is something that people comment on, because nobody comments on, you flipped too hard, damn it. How many people, do you think Chris Hemsworth thought, I can't wait to stand there chained naked and for the whole world to see. God, what a great scene. What a great scene for me. We have become very comfortable having this weird ownership of women's bodies. Explain that to me. What does that even freaking mean? What does that even mean? I'm sitting here. I'm probably 5,000 miles away from you. Wherever the hell you are, Millie. You're playing Supergirl. Arguably, you got a lot more power than I do. You've got media power, actors power, Hollywood power, agent power, this power. I got no power over you. But somehow, what? I have an ownership over your body? Over women's bodies? You flick too hard, damn it! I can't really stop them. I can only be myself. Well, then freaking be yourself. Shut the fuck up and be yourself. Millie, yes, you're young and stupid. And that's okay. You're young. Part of that is being stupid. Don't become Rachel, because I like Millie Alcock, guys. I do. And look, you're online. This is the internet. So you have, let me frame this, guys. Right? You've got a world of 8 billion people. Of those 8 billion people, let's say 6 billion are online. Of those 6 billion that are online, 4.5 billion have access to Twitter, tweets, X. Of those, 500 million are interested in Supergirl. Of those, 1% of 1% of 1% are psycho. That leaves 1,000 people that are psycho that will say shit, and they say stuff to everybody. They even say it to me. You think I don't get crazy? I have a science channel. And you don't think I get crazy ass comments on a science channel? You think you're like the only one? You get, and this is the terrible thing about the entire social media. One comment constitutes the internet. One comment, my friends, constitutes the internet. One comment. It'd be like, someone says, does your character live or die at the end of the movie? Oh my God, I got a death threat. It's good. It's good publicity. People will write about that. I'm not saying you didn't. Oh, I don't think she did. I know Black Snape did. I question it. I do. I question it. I question it. I think if you have a death threat, let's see it. Not that it's for the point of seeing it, but I think we need it. There's people all over, thousands of people that get it. Just saying it is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It needs to come with larger framing. Alcock also acknowledged that criticism of the superhero genre itself is nothing new. Like, she's okay. How old is she? How old is she? Hold on. Millie Alcock. Millie is 25 years old. So she was when Iron Man came out, she just got out of diapers. She just got out of diapers when Iron Man, the first Iron Man, came out. Millie, God, shut up. Shut up. Just look. Whenever a new wave comes along, there's going to be criticism towards it. A new wave? She said what would commonly ask about comments made by like Martin Scorsese. Not every film is for everyone. The beauty of art is that you can be selective about your taste. You do. But you know what? If you're the actress in a movie, you don't want to nuke your own movie. And saying stuff like this is, look, there are smart ways to going out there and discussing it. It's instead of sounding like another Rachel Zegler. And if Millie, I like you. If you're going to sound like another Rachel Zegler, you're done for. I think you're smarter than that. I think you are. Now, whether you were led into these statements through creative questioning, don't let them do this. Talk about the fans, about, look, I'm not a therapist. Maybe I should be. But paired with her earlier comments, a different picture begins to emerge. And look, everyone wants a controversy. We all want a controversy. Rather than focusing on the creative side of the project, its story, tone, or direction, Alcock's remarks lean towards reframing potential backlash as something rooted in audience behavior rather than the film itself. So basically, backlash means criticism. Like, don't criticize me. Don't say anything bad about me. I remember when I was a musician, years ago, when I was a musician, and I actually had a CD out nationwide, and I was touring, playing, and actually I got some pretty good airplay. It wasn't bad, but you would see some reviews that were like, oh, holy jeez, they don't even know me. Like, they don't even know me, and they're tearing you apart. And you eventually learn that, you know what, it's going to happen. And if you're online, if you're a creator, you're doing stuff, it's going to happen. You could be a small creator, a big creator. You could be as big as, like Nerdrotic. Nerdrotic's a big creator. I'm sure he gets his taste of, here's a shovel full of backlash. Hey, Beekler, here's some backlash for you. Here's you think he's not used to it? Does he complain? No. What about the male actors? Like, how many male actors do you think actually get their share of? Are they out there complaining? Like, they're trying to, they're trying to own my body. Can you imagine? You flick too hard, damn it. You flick too hard. Echoes of She-Hulk. I think this is great. For many longtime viewers, this kind of messaging isn't new. In fact, audiences have heard something very similar before this, notably from She-Hulk star Tatiana Maslany. Thank you very much. When that series faced backlash, look, backlash means people are noticing. Smile at it. You should literally just go, that's fine. Like me or love me, this is what you're getting, boys. That's what your answer should be. Don't be a victim. Don't come out and sound like a little snivelly girl. Because no one's going to see your movie. You're trying to sell your movie. You're trying, I'm not gonna, that trailer guy, have you seen the trailer? That Supergirl trailer is abhorrent. This proves, I tell you what, Supergirl proves, that trailer proves that James Gunn is 98% coming back. Supergirl star is quoting She-Hulk star, yada, 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 Millie Alcock, and it definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in that space is something that people comment on. We have become very comfortable having this weird ownership of women. Please frickin' explain that one to me. I don't frickin' get it. You're on TV, you're in a movie, ownership of women. So you want me to go see you. So if I go see you in a theater, I'm claiming ownership over your body? Really? Like, explain that to me. Guys, this is the stuff that tanks movies. Even just on Saturday, I was talking much more glowingly about Millie Alcock. Not about the movie. But now I probably won't even go see it just because of her. It's like, really? I don't want to feel, you know what? I'm not going to go see the movie because I don't want to feel like I'm owning your body. I don't want to go see the movie because then you're going to think because I spent money to go see you that you think that I want to own, I might have some weird ownership of your body if I pay money to go see your stupid movie, your stupid James Gunn movie, your stupid Gunverse. Superman 2025 was a piece of shit garbage movie. As a screenwriter, I could rip that thing apart all day long. All day long. Anyone who has any semblance of story writing or creative writing experience, education. The Gunverse is done. It's done. It's over. He might get Superman Man of Tomorrow out. He might. The whole Gunverse is it is such a financial train wreck. By the time it's all said and done, 2 years from now, the Gunverse will be one of the greatest financial train wrecks. And it will just show how bad. And then, of course, that will also coincide with Doomsday. Doomsday is literally a great name for the movie because Doomsday is exactly that's what it is for Marvel. Doomsday movie is Doomsday for Marvel. No one cares. You think people don't know you're doing this desperate attempt, bringing back the old cast? I remember 3 years ago, we were all talking about it and laughing. Could you imagine if they do it? Old man Iron Man. No one asked the question. Shit, man, you look like Tony Stark. Like, holy fuck. You literally look like Tony Stark. Has anyone ever told you I am Iron Man? Daredevil. Guys, Daredevil. Yep. Let's do, there's a lot of comments coming through. I'm going to do some of these comments here. There's always like bathroom rings, like bathroom rings, the bathroom, Evander, really? Where are we here? Oh shit, we got a lot. Well, you guys have been talking away. Damn it, Evander. Ben Feister, here we go. Here we go. Viggo Morton says, was the Aragorn? Castaway Helen Hunt had the ignominious honor of being outperformed by a volleyball. That's so true, right? Oh my God. Wilson! Typical she would blame sexism for her film bombing. I know, Ben Feister. You should look up sometime about the Wonder Woman sequel and about the double standard backlash that film got. Do you mean 1984? That brilliant sequel? Is that the one you mean? In Wonder Woman sequel, Diana sleeps with a random guy who was possessed by her dead love interest. Oh, yeah, of course, that's 1984. Yes. was possessed by her dead love interest. In other words, she raped a guy without his consent because he's being possessed by a dead guy. Yes, and she's okay with it. She's totally okay with it. I'm good with it. That was one of the guys, that was one of the absolutely worst written screenplays. Unbelievable that somehow that gets through the intellectual prowess of Marvel, or sorry, DC. DC. Holy jeez. You're telling me you think studio execs know anything about what's going on? You think they know anything about what's going on? They thought Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, was good. They saw the dailies of Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, Disney, and they thought it was going to be a disaster. They were thinking about canceling the entire. Before they said, maybe we don't even release this thing because Johnny Depp is ruining the character. It's true. Google it. You will be shocked. They wanted to shelve it. It's comical when women complain about people objectifying them in their films, but in the same breath, let me move this over here so I'm. Oh, I don't want that. The same breath will thirst over naked Thor and love it. Exactly. The double standards never ends with these harpies. Harpy. I like that. Harpies, right? Look, what's her name? Johansson. Scarlett Johansson. The male gaze, right? Like. I like Scarlett Johansson. I do. You do realize you're making 10, 15, 20 million dollars per movie. You think if the guys weren't coming in to see Agent Romanoff in tight clothing because they liked, if you can't even take that as a compliment, Scarlett, if you can't even take it as a compliment that guys are coming, they're spending $50 freaking dollars. They could go to the strip club. They could get 5 beer and see naked girls at the strip club. But they spend $50 to see you on screen, and you can't even take that as a compliment. You got to call that the male gaze. You don't think the female gaze exists? You don't think you flick too hard gaze exists? Like, you women have got to wake the frick up. This whole Me Too movement bullshit. Everything dealing with I'm a little victim. Man up. If you want men, like the same way you want to be treated like men, freaking man up then. It's hard love. It's hard love, my friends. It's hard love. It's just baffling that Chuds loved Millie Alcock when she came back for a few brief scenes in House of the Dragon season 2. We cheered her on. It's just baffling. We did because we liked her. Millie, dear God, call me tonight. I'll be up for another hour or two. If not, call me tomorrow morning. Okay? Honey, we gotta talk. All you gotta say when people say, you know what, smile and laugh at it. Everyone's gonna get shit online. You make one comment on Twitter, one comment. You can make the stupidest comment on Twitter, and you'll have 4 people ripping you apart. And all of a sudden, you're not sleeping. You are Millie Alcock. You're playing frickin' Supergirl. What do you think is going to happen? You're playing Supergirl, an iconic character that everyone around the world frickin' knows. Be Supergirl. Be a dragon. Right? Game of Thrones. Be a dragon. It's my advice. God, come on. This is not freaking. Unfortunately, because many female actresses are absurdly horrendous narcissists. They are. There's some guys, but I think women can be a little bit more. Amber Heard that. Oh, I like the way you did that, Ben Feister. Amber heard that the hard way after what she did to Johnny Depp. I loved the Johnny Depp trial. God bless Johnny Depp. Like, really, he did such a service to all men that women are not, just don't believe 50. Yeah, everything women say, just believe it. Fuck you. Seriously. Are you freaking kidding me? That's the stuff that makes everything dealing with the woman's movement look freaking stupid. Stupid. And I'm just being real. Any woman that has, let's say, an IQ higher than 70 will look at me and go, yeah, you're right, Danny. You're right. Yeah. The Me Too movement was stupid. And we look back at it, it gets stupider by the day. Me Too is about as dumb as it gets. Everyone deserves rights. The homeless bum on the street who is some drug addict dude on the streets deserves the same rights as everyone else. Everyone deserves the same rights. Everyone deserves to be heard. Everyone deserves some right of dignity. And don't put yourself above people because you're a little freaking victim. Right? Right, guys? If a guy picks all the grapes off the vine, oh, I like where this is going. Without asking, does that make him a grapist? I think it does. I think it does. You're a grapist. Stop being... Leave me a grape. You're a grapist. Scarlett Johansson's whole career was the male gaze. Of course it was. That's all. Look, it started with the male gaze. Agent Romanoff. People wanted to see Agent Romanoff. And look, the great thing... This is the great thing about Agent Romanoff, right? She had female power in a female way. She didn't sit there and fight guys. Now, I have experience in that. So I was a kickboxer for 8 years. In my kickboxing club, we had about 5 or 6 girls. And there was twin sisters from Vietnam, but they were like 5'6", skinny. They were like maybe 90 pounds, 95 pounds. And so we would never go in the ring and spar with them, right? Of course not. But outside the ring, like, when you're practicing kicks. And so now, and that's not to say that they couldn't kick hard, but let's say if you're doing roundhouse kicks. So you practice a roundhouse kick and you would deflect off the shoulder, right? So when you're boxing, your shoulder is literally one of your best defense mechanisms. If someone tries to swing, give you a right hook even, you do one of those. From a boxing perspective, it hits there and it goes over. The worst it's going to do is hit the top of the cranium, right? So you're parrying off, right? You're doing some of these. And so when the girls hit you, and when I was in kickboxing, so I'm about 5'9", and I was about 175 straight muscle, right? Like straight muscle. I was solid. They hit you, you're like, okay, that it? Is that it? And you get some guy who's like, actually you get almost any guy who would sit there and they'd hit you in the shoulder, like, holy fuck, ease up, bro. It's freaking practice. Honestly, I've been there. I fought with girls. There's no equal. I've never, in all my years of kickboxing and dealing with off. Now, I'm sure if Ronda Rousey or what's her name came, but they would kick my ass, they would wipe the floor with me. Yeah, of course they would. But there is a difference between male and female power. I for years in my kickboxing club, I know what a female fighter is compared to a male fighter. And it is egregiously different. Even the punches were like, really? Is that's a girl's punch? Really? Holy shit. I better not. Oh, boom, you like. That's why you were in the ring. Like, you could always tell by the eyes, right? When you had a good solid hit, you knew when the eyes turn glossy. And a lot of times you don't see that on TV, right? You don't see the glossiness in the eyes. But when you're in the ring, and sometimes it's just a jab, right? You'll be there, and it's just like a. And when you see that little stunned. That's when you go with like a roundhouse or a quick side, a side kick, or even like a spinning back kick or something, right? You just go in there. But anyway, those are good days back in my kickboxing days. I don't miss getting hit in the head. I don't miss getting hit in the head. Getting hit in the head, guys, even with headgear, is for young people who want to get hit in the head. You missed my Kathleen Kennedy comment, by the way. I did? Did I? Oh, there it is. I respectfully disagree. Kathleen Kennedy accomplished that. The biggest train wreck in film and entertainment was workifying Star Wars. Oh, yeah. Dude, Star Wars is... Ben Feister, I got to say, as a huge Star Trek fan, Alan Kurtzman should date Kathleen Kennedy. I think that should be a date. Alan Kurtzman and Kathleen Kennedy, they should start a studio. Franchise Busters. What is it? What? What's your studio called? Alex Kurtzman and Kathleen. What's called Franchise Busters. We're going to break. Kurtzman, I think Kurtzman is gone at Paramount. There's no one that could be that stupid. It's got to happen. Okay, guys, what's next? Here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our next topic, Daredevil. Charlie Cox rocks. Charlie Cox rocks. Sounds pretty cool, actually. Now, we've been talking a little bit about this. I know Vivander's had a lot of things to say with it's going to be Deadpool, Daredevil. So Daredevil, guys, I got a lot to say. Episode 2 and 3. Let me get comfortable here. Can I get comfortable? Can I get a word in edgewise? Can I talk? Thursday night. Hey, tomorrow's Good Friday. Any Roman Catholics out there? Happy Good Friday. I'm not a Roman Catholic. I'm not. But anyone who is, happy Good Friday. It's a good Friday. Do you guys see Trump's address last night? Guys, I'm starting to think that Trump... He's skipping a few beats. Trump, I think, is starting to skip a few beats. You would have to pull my teeth to vote left or a Democrat. But it's getting to the point where you'd have to pull my teeth. That's a different story. That's a different story. If you watched his address last night, we'll put them back to the Stone Age. Oh, good. That's good. So, ladies and gentlemen, Daredevil. Episodes 2 and 3. I'm going to go back. So, I've maintained this. I know I think Vivander, you disagree with me. I think Vincent D'Onofrio is a terrible Kingpin. I want to let me do this. Let's just go through some of this. Can I just put this up? I can just put that right up like that. So here we go. How come I don't see my cursor on here? So you see Kingpin. So me growing up with Kingpin, the guy was like I want to say Bam Bam Bigelow because I referenced him on Saturday. Every image, every face shot A Vincent D'Onofrio is like some cuck. He's like some subdued, lethargic. Where see, look at Daredevil. Like, he is a motherfucker, right? I don't know if that's really, getting my point across. Can I just get rid of that, please? Thank you. Like, he is so D'Onofrio. He looks more concerned in everything that he does. He looks more concerned than he does angry. I don't like him. I just don't think he's good. He is barely average for the role. That's my first problem. But I'll tell you what. If Kingpin, if you guys watch the first season of Born Again, and when John Bernthal comes out as the Punisher, when they're in his apartment and they come and they attack, the intensity, I could just imagine, like, having been in Hollywood for 20 years, being in that room filming that, when you see an actor pull out that kind of freaking intensity, and you like, so you got all the lights everywhere, right? And you see an actor pull that kind of intensity, you're like, holy shit! You're like, wow, okay, that was good. Can you do it again? Can we do one more take? That's the kind of stuff that literally made season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. It was the Punisher, John Bernthal. Magnificent. I think Vincent D'Onofrio is a weak spot. So I mentioned it again. Now, in episodes 2 and 3, guys, we've got some major problems, and we saw it sort of set itself up. Episode 1 of season 2 was not a bad episode, especially as far as Marvel TV shows go. It wasn't. Okay. Sorry, I had to check something. So the first episode wasn't bad. I heard someone say, I don't know where it came from. Someone said that Foggy, well, how does Foggy even come back? Like, there's no magic in this world, right? I was reading some things that, because I remember the old Spider-Man cartoons way back in the 60s and 70s. And Spider-Man would fight. Spider-Man he was tough, but he wasn't as tough back then. Now he's got like uber powers. He would just absolutely lay a waste. He wouldn't even work up a sweat kicking Kingpin's ass. Right? Spider-Man lifts, 50, 75, 100 tons now? He's indestructible. You could put Spider-Man through walls. He could fall 1,000 feet unconscious, hit the ground, and when he wakes up, he'll walk away. Spider-Man is freaking the Hulk in a spider suit. He's a teenage Hulk in a spider suit. Spider-Man is like, what? And I think Tom Holland does a great job doing it. I do. I think him and Toby. I was going to say Tobey Maguire are the best. I did not. The 2 Andrew Garfield movies, guys. Those were bad movies. Bad screenwriting. Mickey Mouse scripting. I didn't mind Andrew. I thought he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. Spider-Man. The scripts were bad. But here we go, Daredevil, guys, episode 2 and 3. Can I start? Look, at the end, we started getting this female muse, right? The female muse. I was like, oh, please don't go there. Please don't. Don't female muse me, please. Don't female muse. I'm not amused about a female muse. Women are not like that. You're not going to sell me on some psycho female woman who likes writing murals in people's blood. You're not. And if you're going there, stop. Please stop. The Helen, what's her name? Heather Glenn, right? Heather Glenn. The actress is pretty good, though. She's a good actress. Don't go to female muse, but they're going there, right? They're going there. It's like, oh, shit. Oh shit. So now we got Karen, who's becoming a Karen. I thought I liked the character. Karen Page. Karen Page is becoming a Karen. So we see her in one episode. The first episode, she's training with Matt Murdock, Daredevil. She's training, and this is why I brought up kickboxing and the female kickboxers that were in my club. When they hit you, I'm telling you, you don't really you don't. No, it's not even. It's like all right, and if you're in the kickboxing club, you were paired with one of the girls. You'd have to be very like I couldn't line up and do the kind of kick they're trying to throw at me. I would have put her across the room. There's no way. You're telling me that freaking Karen meets up with a police officer, beats the tar out of him, and then we see him tied up in a chair with a hood over his head. The only way, guys, can I say, the only way I see that happening, the only way Karen Page gets a police officer tied up in a chair with a hood over his head is if there is some sort of promise of sexual relations in that contract. You lost me. The script is being Disneyfied because women are freaking taking over in Daredevil, my friends. The girls are taking over. She beats up the male officer, ties him up. So I don't know, must have knocked him out. I've never, unless you're Ronda Rousey or what's her name? There's a few girls. Look, there's a few really good female fighters out there in the UFC. They are freaking good. They would wipe my ass with the floor, yeah. And but even the top ranked female UFC fighter against the 200th ranked male fighter would get her ass handed to her. It would be a 15-second fight if the top UFC fighter went against the 200th ranked male fighter. It would. Newsflash. And you can read the Serena Williams with the Williams sisters. They thought, well, they could beat any male tennis player. And then they played a male tennis player who was ranked 100th in 1999 at their peak. And the male tennis player won, six love, 6 and 6-1, right? 6 love, 6-1. He absolutely wasted them. It wasn't even joke. And they were absolutely shocked that a male tennis player ranked 100th or 200th. I don't know what it was, because they say that they could beat any male player ranked. I don't know what the number was. But yeah, so this guy absolutely 6 love, 6-1. Look, no one's putting down women, just freaking facts, right? So everyone's going, oh, you fucking take it. Relax. It's physics. It's science. It's reality. It's the freaking truth. God, I still remember. This was when I was in kickboxing and I was fighting with these girls in the kick. I'm 58. This will be literally, I'm telling you guys, this is 40 years ago. Holy shit, 40 years ago. So you're there, you're kind of you'd be throwing left side kicks or a left roundhouse and a right roundhouse. And then so you would block, right? You want to block using your shoulder. I still feel the wind of the kicks hitting me. And there were some guys you didn't want to get paired with. I always liked to thought I was a guy that people didn't want to pair with me because, I was but that also kind of means you're a bit of a dick. You're kicking too hard in practice and warm up, because it also means you're a dick. Right? It also means you're an asshole. So now there were parallels to ice, which I got. You know what? I got it in the first episode and everything they were trying to do with it. Now in the second and third episode, that really came home, right? That really came home. With the White Tiger. I don't know. Look, What bothers me is how White Tiger was killed. White Tiger has got special abilities with that necklace. He's got senses, he's got strength, he's got agility, he's got speed. And some guy's just going to pull a gun out and shoot him? Really? Real superhero. Real super. Why don't they do that to Daredevil? Oh, because I guess he hears it, right? But White Tiger is supposed to have super senses, superhero, like not obviously to Daredevil's degree. But if you type up White Tiger's powers, you're telling me someone could put one bullet? That's it? But anyway, so he dies, and of course, it's a Hispanic mother, and she touches. This was the part she touches the AVTF guy, and it's like this pause. He looks down. That's assaulting an officer, and off they go. Off they go to the cages. Right? They go to the cages. The cages. That was where it's like, okay, shit. Now they're okay. Now I get okay. Now I am convinced. I gave you guys the benefit of the doubt. Disney, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Because I was never a Daredevil fan before this. I'm not really a Daredevil fan, guys. I'm not. I think the Punisher in season 1 made me more of a Daredevil. Charlie Cox is doing a good job. Every major decision that is made in the Daredevil, every single major decision, from the prosecutor to the governor, to Christine McDuffie, to Heather Glenn. Or what's her name? Karen Page is even making decisions for Daredevil now. BB's got her own thing. Every guy from Buck Cashman. Buck Cashman's a kick-ass guy, right? He's like a super soldier. But he's a cuck, right? He's Vincent's cuck. Powell, the police officer, he's a cuck. He's Vincent's cuck. Vincent is Vanessa's cuck, right? Vincent will bow down. Whatever Vanessa says, oh, Vincent, old Kingpin. Yeah, honey, we're together forever. We're together. He's just a... Whatever Vanessa Fisk says, Wilson Fisk will do. Female judge. There's a female judge, right? Female judge. She's making all the decisions in court. And who's the bad guy? The male prosecutor. Male prosecutor. Powell, he's a bad guy. He's hurting people. Cherry's out of commission. He's just lying in bed. He never amounted to much. But you got to have Heather Glenn, Christy McDuffie, Vanessa Fisk, Sheila Rivera, Karen Page, BB Ulrich. Detective Angie Kim, she basically runs the police, right? The Asian gal, Rubio Quion. Detective Angie Kim, she basically runs the police, right? Angela Del Toro, the daughter of White Tiger, I would have thought that Karen Page would have taken the necklace. If you wanna make her a tough fighter, allow Karen Page to take the necklace. But no, Angela Del Toro takes it. And now we're gonna have super pre-teenage girl, super 13-year-old girl. I do like Wilson Bethel for Poindexter. I think he does a great job in that. And so basically you got Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio up top, who are basically taking their walk. They're cucks to Charlie Cox. Now, this is what I have found in the last 2 episodes. I'm trying to can Matt Murdock can Daredevil not take control? It's like now the last 2 episodes he sat there waiting for Karen Page to make a decision for him. Female governor. I mentioned that, right? Oh, the blindfold. You see the blindfold with what's her name? Kristen McDuffie. She walks in. She's got a blindfold that she can actually see through. I mean, why wouldn't you put a blindfold on her that she can't see through? What? I mean, now we're going to get a female muse. So like literally, this is Disney, guys. This is all Disney. This is Disney. This is the Disney. We got the Disney blood transfusion finally infused into this series. And it went pretty hard in episode 2 and 3. Very hard. We've got your little 13-year-old girl who now is the white tigress. I'm sure she's gonna kick some ass. She'll probably kick Punisher's ass, right? Because Punisher ain't got no superpowers. He's just angry, I guess. But this is just an empowered woman. This is a Disney. This is turning into a shit show. The first season was not like this. The fight scenes are good. I don't know how a municipal mayor institutes martial law. A mayor has no authority to institute martial law. There's some things that are a stretch that you can buy into because it's a comic book TV show. You can let it slide. So it didn't bother me much with that part of it. It didn't bother me too much. But episode 2 and 3, is Karen Page now just going to make... is she going to fight in place of Daredevil? She's probably going to end up saving him at some point in time, like in a major way. She actually looked... Ben Feister, she actually looked really good in the red hair, right? She did. She actually looked really good in the red hair. Karen Page, she did. With the bangs, right, and the wig she had on, she looked really good. That's better. So, what was I going to show anything for? I don't. This, I mean, the Daredevil segment is mostly, and I did watch the podcast with Charlie Cox. I like Charlie Cox, nice guy. He does Daredevil really well. But I think it's almost like The Witcher. Guys, this is turning into The Witcher. The Daredevil is going to be a supporting character in his own freaking series. You watch. Before the end, Daredevil will become a supporting character in his own series. Thank God for those long extended, when you need like a 20-second break. Those long applauses ain't bad. They're not bad, my friends. Okay, what? Holy cow. Do you know what happened there? I moved my hand and I accidentally hit my mouse and somehow it knocked me out of my studio. Wow. I mean, the chance, I got to buy a lotto ticket. Let me buy a lotto ticket. Geez, there's some comments. You guys, we got some comments. Daredevil. Where are we done? Mail. Ben Feister. This is a while ago. Johnny Depp really broke the Me Too, and now people wonder why the manosphere exists. He did break it. You missed. Oh, wait, I've been through here, right? Oh, I agree. Kurtzman needs to go. Daredevil ready to go. Ben Feister. Real quick, I've been debating online, and I'll ask you, Cap Cap A versus Daredevil in a fight? In a one-on-one? Now, I did do some, so if you go, I'm a Reformed Baptist Christian. You know what? Whatever your religion is, own it, keep it, enjoy it, right? I would never criticize whatever someone's belief is. It's however you choose to, it's your way and it's right for you. It might not be right for everybody. Everyone has their own way of doing things. No one's right or wrong. Everyone's right in their own way of choosing their religion, non-religion. Cap versus Daredevil. Now, in a fight, one-on-one, Cap versus Daredevil. Daredevil does. So if you read the fandom stuff, Daredevil does have super strength in the sense that he can lift and move 1,000 pounds. What I like about Daredevil season 1 and 2, Born Again, is they're showing some of his super strength. So he's grabbing guys and he's flipping them, right? He's showing that he can move. Basically, he has 2 or 3 times the strength of a normal guy. And also, his body is tougher, right? When you punch someone with a closed fist, you will break your fist. You will break your knuckles. You will break the bones in your hand. The fact that he doesn't, and he heals pretty damn quick. He's got superpowers that I think a lot of people, they're either been added, just like Spider-Man, right? They've been added, or they're kind of getting more mad. I almost think that almost every superhero, to some degree, unless they're magic, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, or whatnot, they don't need super strength because they have superpowers. If you haven't seen yet, Pam Body is gone. Oh yeah, I saw that. Like, I got the news. I got the stock market. I haven't worked at the stock market for years. I have the stock market. I saw, like, the second that Pam Bondi news came out, it literally hits, in case, basically I still have special access to the news. It's not free, but it's instantaneous, the news, so I can trade on it if I choose to trade. Vivander, you won't catch me dumping on Charlie Cox. Yes, no, I've got nothing bad to say about the guy. One of the few men who can play a crime fighter by night. Here it comes. Downtown Abbey, dilettante by day. Yeah, there you go, my friend. There you go. Where is this shit? Pamela's in the house. Pamela, we missed you. We missed you, Pamela. Where you been, Pamela? Where you been? You know who has been around is Mike. Mike Aram. Mike, I'm going to email Mike. Cheers, 807. You're just a number, Vivander. You're just a number. Daredevil is losing control. Losing control has taken on a very different meaning for me as I've aged. Well, yeah. I think Daredevil, the last 2 episodes are seeing very concerning story trends. Very disturbing story trends. Maybe I'll punch it back up. And what it is. Oh, shoot. You know what I got to do? Hold on one sec. Cancel that. So hi. I'm glad you can be here this evening. Have you guys ever asked yourself, if you had your own live stream, what you would do, what you would say? Before you actually start your own live stream, you do ask yourself that. You do. What am I gonna do? What if I hit like a stupid point where I got nothing to say? Luckily, Luckily, in my life, I've never had nothing to say. You know. But you can see, I mean, you see by the cast, right? Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio. Again, you know what I think of Vincent D'Onofrio? Weak. It's a bad Kingpin. And then when you go through like the female cast, they're all the decision makers. No man is, and this is by design, right? Disney is a princess brand. And when it comes down to Disney, almost everything that happens is going on is relegating men to sort of cuck positions, whether it's Powell, whether it's Buck Cashman, and whether it's Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin himself, who is basically Vanessa's cuck, right? And that's just reality. But every female character in here is self-empowered. Every single one. All of them. Every male character is submissive to a female or to another character. Powell to Kingpin, Buck Cashman to Kingpin, Charlie Cox. Well, Foggy was kind of his only bud. He's gone. And of course, but Vincent D'Onofrio is a cuck to Vanessa. And it's getting worse by per episode. That's the problem, guys. It's getting worse by the episode. This is going to turn into, by the end of this season 2 of Born Again Daredevil, it's going to turn into The Witcher, and the season 3 is going to be Daredevil is a supporting character in his own TV series. It'll be like the Karen Page story, or what's her name, the Angela Del Toro story, because she's now the White Tiger. This is the problem. This is a huge problem. Huge problem. I did not want this to happen, but it did. And it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Look, you might watch the same thing I did and think differently. I think a lot of people might. I don't think many people will. However, if we go top TV shows on Disney Plus on April 2nd, 2026, Devil Born Again. Now, granted, if we take a look at, we got Love Story, Paradise H, High Potential, Secrets of the Bees. I considered watching Secrets of the Bees yesterday, the day before. I did. Look, you don't have a lot there. There's not much competition for Daredevil Born Again. There's not much competition. It's good enough. It's not the worst Marvel TV show. It's not. Marvel is dead. Doomsday will be a disaster. Secret Wars will be a shitfest. No one cares. Pack it in. It's over. You fucked it up. Iger, Faggy. Hey, Kevin Feige, you fucked it up. I'm not even sure if you ever knew what you were doing. And I think most of those movies were actually set up, planned, ready, written, developed when Disney purchased it. When you think of the ramp time, the writing time, they purchased it in 2009. A lot of the movies were already in development. A lot of them. I don't know which movie would have been the first movie in the Disney Marvel universe. I would guess, look, I think Captain America trilogy. The Captain America trilogy is the best trilogy in Marvel. The first Thor movie is fantastic. The first Iron Man movie is fantastic. Iron Man 3 is absolute garbage. The second Iron Man, oh geez. Palatable, but oh geez. All 3 Captain America movies, I like. I do. I like all 3 Captain America movies. All 3. Avengers, the first Avengers was fantastic. But what Disney has proven, it's now the thing is, it's their philosophy, and this is what's coming through on Daredevil, is the Disney philosophy. If you don't share Disney's philosophy, even as a screenwriter, do you think I care that I rip Disney and they're not going to hire me? They freaking wouldn't hire me in the fucking first place because I don't share their stupid philosophy, their culture. I would be a culture clash. I'm that guy. Ooh, can I be racist? Can I be racist? I'm gonna be racist. Is everyone okay? Okay. I'm gonna be racist, guys. You know what? You know what I am? I'm that stupid freaking white guy. We don't. Sorry. We don't hire white guys here. Unless you're the CEO. I can't hear you. Never mind. It's a circus show. It's a circus show. So anyway, guys, everyone, the female judge, we got the female prosecutor, we've got the male prosecutor, who's the dumb, white guy, the female judge, female governor, it's, I got it. Okay. It's a Disney production. I got it. I will watch the 4th episode 1 week from today, my friends, on POPRAGEOUS. It's Thursday night big show. We will watch the 4th episode of Daredevil, and I will give you a full report. I will give you a full report. That's my truth. Okay? That's my truth. That's truth to power. That's what I'm saying. It's truth to power. I mean, Millie Alcock, she looks good, right? I mean, if I was 10 years younger, hey, baby. I feel like my Beavis and Butthead opening line. Hey, baby. She photographs well. She does. She photographs very well. And I think she might have she could have a great acting career coming if she shuts up with the I'm a poor little female victim. That somehow men are owning their bodies because she's in a freaking Supergirl freaking movie. Are you kidding me? How do I own your body? Like that's just insulting to every male that even watches it. You literally insulted every freaking male like we're some sort of stupid ass Pamela. Where's my Pamela? I don't know where we are here. I mean, finish up the comments. We're gonna get to right now. Where we Daredevil is losing control. Different meaning as you age. Okay, we got that. Yep. Okay, not to be pedantic. What do you got a thesaurus up? But it's pronounced da na frido. You are vain, greedy, cruel boy, and you are an old man and a fool. Thank you. Like, are you me? Oh, you're too kind. I refer IndyCar to Formula One. That makes me a racist. Yes, racist. I like NASCAR, so I'm a racist. I'm a racist because I like NASCAR. I like India Formula One. I'm a racist. Like all the race hustlers, can I give before I get to this with Vander, I'm gonna give one comment to all the race hustlers that ain't got a frickin' that are so fucking cucked with all the race shit. Grab a fucking spine. You know? People are people. They're just people. People are capable to we're all capable to be criticized, and we're all capable of criticizing. Okay? Now shut the fuck up and let me do my job. All right, there we go. That is you know who that is. That's Les Grossman. Thank you. I hope I have the compressor. I yelled into the mic there. Hopefully I had the compressor on enough. Hey Pamela. I had a question for Pamela, right? Didn't I? What were Pamela? That was like 3 minutes ago. I totally forgot now. About like, you know, women becoming, you know, they hear the wrong thing. It's like actress Millie Alcock. You know, she's playing Supergirl. Like, how many of us get to play how many of us get to do that? Like, oh, what are you making? Can you FedEx me some overnight? I'd take whatever you're making. There comes a time in a man's life when he no longer wishes to own a young lady like Millie and would simply look to introduce her to his son. Pamela's cooking dinner, my friends. That quote was from the original Thor, Anthony Hopkins and Hemsworth. Interesting. There comes a time in a man's life where he no longer wishes to own a young lady like Millie and would simply look to introduce her to his son. Pamela says, I've been making grilled chicken breast, my friends. Chilled grilled chicken breast. Okay, guys, we've got a little bit of stuff going on. It's a little, I don't even know if this is, we got, thank you. Please, you're too kind. Millie, we're going to close the Millie stuff out. I mean, she does look adorable, right? She is adorable. She's got that little cute button nose. Millie, you just got to be like, come on, you're smarter than that. Don't let them drag you into the bullshit. Don't turn into Rachel Zegler. There's only one Rachel Zegler. Right, there it is. Here it is. Let me punch this up quickly. It's a quick little interesting. This is from yesterday. Box office, Super Mario Galaxy movie scores massive $34 million opening day. That's yesterday. That's Wednesday, guys. That's the biggest start of the year so far after passing out Project Hail Mary. It also, ahead of the first film, which transformed into a box office juggernaut. Well, we thought that about Wicked 2 as well, and that died about as fast as a, what's a good analogy? I was going to say like a, I thought of an analogy. I'm not even going to say it. Yes, it is. $34 million opening day is good. Very good. But I'll tell you what I've been working on, 2026 is the year of the absolute box office disaster. There are so many movies that have lost so much money already. And I've got lists from The Strangers to Dead Man's Wire to Return to Silent Hill, Dracula, Shelter, Mercy, Crime 101, Greenland. I got this entire list, and I might do it on Saturday night. Talk about why 2026 is the year of the bomb. And you can add Supergirl to that. I think given its budget and marketing budget, you could probably add Doomsday to that. Super Mario Galaxy movie may not be one of those. What's the call it 200 million? Super Mario Galaxy budget. It's always 2 million, 200 million. Whoa. Net budget 110 million. Okay. Wow. The 2023 only had a budget of 100 million. So, okay, this bodes very well. Very well. I mean, extremely well. Is it Universal? Universal. It is Universal. Yeah. Universal owns I don't know if they own the rights or just the distribution rights, but they are the that's the biggest opening day of the year today, coming after Project Hail Mary that set the earlier opening record with 33.1 million. Galaxy's Hall was also ahead of the 31 million earned by the first Super Mario Brothers movie on its first Wednesday before Easter. So it's $3 million ahead. The 2023 pick quickly became a box office sensation on its way to topping out at $1.36 billion globally and delivering a marquee new franchise for Universal, Illumination Entertainment, and Nintendo. Illumination, guys. Illumination Entertainment. They've been crushing it. They've been crushing it. Ooh, I actually had a few neck cracks there. Illumination, they've been crushing it, right? I mean, they are so good at. They're so good. Universal insiders are projecting a 5-day domestic opening. This is just domestic. 186 million for Galaxy, including 128.2 million for the 3-day weekend. Some theater owners believe they could come as high as 200 million. That's what I was going to say. On par with Super Mario's 5-day opening of 204.6 million over the same holiday corridor. Overseas, it's eyeing a debut of 175 million, easily resulting in the top worldwide opening of 2026 so far. As a matter of fact, that beats the entire worldwide gross of every movie this year. I think every movie. That's almost $400 million. And no movie has even grossed $400 million in 2026 so far. The Universal-owned Illumination partner with Nintendo in bringing the adaptation of the family-friendly video game to the big screen. The franchise appears to be review-proof. The sequel has been snubbed by many critics, but stellar audience scores are more than making up for the deficit, or at least so far. Look, guys, anything the frickin' critics say, can I just please be very frickin' honest with everybody? Whatever the critics say, whatever the Rotten Tomatoes score says, it's bought and paid for. When the movie is garbage, it's bought and paid for. Now, it might not be cash. It's bought and paid for by, that's why it's called the access media. It's bought and paid for by access. They don't get copyright strikes for reviewing it. They get the material early. They're given incentives to give very nice reviews. And therefore, the shittiest movie like The Marvels, what was The Marvels? Remember The Marvels? The Marvels. Let me just punch it up. This is just for fun shits and giggles, right? Just for fun. The Marvels. I'm sure. I'm sure it was pretty good. Oh, it was only 63%. But still, that's probably about 40% too high. But like, the classic one, The Woman King. Remember? Do you guys remember The Woman King? The one that was absolute lies about everything about the oh my God. They didn't pull the wise. The 94%, my friends. 94%, may I say, 94% for the woman. You remember? Remember? 94% for The Woman King. 94%. 94% for The Woman King. 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 about the... This was the African clan that enslaved everybody, right? They murdered. They went around conquering everyone, taking them as slaves, killing them, massacring them. It's nothing different than the Incas did. It's nothing different than the Mayans did or the Aztecs. Brutal. Brutal. The best thing that happened was the Spaniards came in. At least, I mean, come on. Like, whoa. Do you guys remember the Woman King? Remember this one? The point is, we're going to stay on subject here. Because I am like a dog. I'll chase my tail. The Universal-owned Illumination partnered with Nintendo in bringing the adaptation. Remember, we're talking about Mario Galaxy, the new movie debuting this weekend. So the point was, who cares what the critics say? Critics at one point in time were actually critics, right? You could watch a critic and they're giving an actual review. It's shite. It's shite. Now it's just all good. And if you don't like it, you're racist, misogynist, homophobic. Look, I'm not scared of gay people. You know what? I got news for you. I was a kickboxer for 8 years. I'm not fucking scared of much. Although I would not like getting into a fight. I wouldn't. The whole idea, the very name homophobic is so freaking stupid. So freaking asinine. Yeah, I'm scared. Yes, I'm so scared. I'm homophobic. I'm scared. Think of a new word, you stupid dumbass activists. You stupid dumbass activists. I doubt there's many activists watching this broadcast, but that's okay. You know what? I say it on behalf of everyone, and it feels good. It feels good. The sequel has been snubbed by many critics, but stellar audiences scores are far more than making up for the deficit. Look, the only thing that matters is the money, baby. What did Tom Cruise say? You know what he said. Tom Cruise. Jerry Maguire. One of my favorite movies. Guys, you know, Jerry Maguire is one of my favorite movies of all time. If you have not seen Jerry Maguire, if you haven't seen Jerry Maguire, I say watch Jerry Maguire. Great movie. One of Tom Cruise's best. The follow-up tells the story of Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach once again, taking on the evil Bowser. I love me some Bowser. This time along with his son, Bowser Jr. Makes sense. In an adventure that spans the galaxy and introduces new characters, including Princess Rosalina and Nintendo icon Yoshi. The core voice cast reunited for Super Galaxy, including Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, and Keegan Michael Kay. Have you guys seen Peaky Blinders? Netflix. If you want a good movie with Cillian Murphy, I mentioned that because of Keegan. Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, Netflix. I watched it on Saturday evening. I recommend. It's a good movie. Not the greatest ending, but it's a good movie. Cillian Murphy kills it, right? What a great name. Cillian Murphy kills it. Cillian kills it. Brie Larson, Glenn Powell, and Donald Glover. That's actually a great voice cast. Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelinek returned to direct the sequel from a script written by returning scribe Matthew Fogett. Matthew Fogett. It doesn't matter if you like Mario. It doesn't matter. Oh shit. No, silly. The other quote, old man and fool. I think you're talking to Pamela, right? I've never liked a Supergirl. you might like her less. Look, Millie Alcock is she's gonna have to say a couple more really stupid things to get her for me to, I'll stand by Millie. She's just a young girl that stepped into a fast pitch. She stepped into a fast pitch. She swung at a bad ball. You kind of spoke of this Tuesday. It's because of AI. Well, no, because Millie made some comments about, about men owning women's bodies. So she's made new comments. Pamela. I see the music video, Old Black Guy, was perfect. Huh? Don't break something. don't break something, Grandpa. You talking to me? You talking to me? I love the Marvel movies. Oh, Pamela, you're so freaking adorable. I'm watching Woman King tomorrow. No! No, it's a bad movie. No, don't. To quote Danny himself, the term homophobo. Wait, did I say this? I'm interested now. To quote Danny himself, the term homophobic is so ass. It's so ass in mine. He said it, not me. I didn't say it. Your Honor, I take the fifth. Shit, I didn't say it. I didn't say that. Ass in mine. The term homophobia, is so ass in mine. Yes, your neck. I don't want to own anyone's body, Vivander says. I do lousy enough job of taking care of the one I got. And that is basically... Yeah, that's basically... Oh, there's some Harry Potter. So there is... I'm going to punch this up here. I don't know. I pulled this up. I didn't even get a chance to read it. I did brush through it. I brushed through it. And I was like, okay. Is there news here? HBO's Harry Potter confirms. Now, this is the whole controversy with Black Snape. And I get it. I'm not a huge... I've tried to watch Harry Potter. I'm going to try... I've watched the first episode in chunks three times. The biggest thing that I get from this trailer, I'm watching the exact same... It's like they literally, scene by scene, they filmed the original movie. I'm trying to see something different. It's like, wait a sec, except for like... not to be mean to the new Harry Potter, he's not as like the characters are not as attractive. Like it's like they went down 1 or 2, like 1.5 out of 10 they went down on. Like they seem like the same characters but just uglier, right? They just a little uglier. They should have cast me. I would have fit right in. HBO's Harry Potter has been mired in controversy since it was announced. Initially, criticism focused largely on the idea of remaking such a beloved franchise, especially given that the last film in the series had only been released in 2011. that's kind of cheap. I don't know if there was a lot of controversy. Whatever. Now, Inside the Magic likes to stuff shit in between all the readable stuff. So if you're looking for the Unrealtors, there you go. Soon enough, though, trans activists began boycotting the project due to J.K. Rowling, who had become vocal regarding her views on gender identity and social media. Can I be brutally honest? I'm just going to say it. I don't give a frick what the trans activists have to say. I don't give a shit. I don't. As a screenwriter, if I was writing a screenplay, if someone said, oh, Dan, the trans activists say, if you tell me again, you think I fucking care what the trans activists say when I'm writing a script or a screenplay or a story? Do you really think, does anyone care about 0.001% of the audience? For the trans activists, go watch one of the gay or transvestite streaming services if you want to see that kind of stuff. It's just freaking basic life. You want to shove transvestite, I don't, if you want to live that way, I don't care. I don't care what you do in your bedroom, how you dress, how you want to dress. I don't care. Does it got to be in my freaking movies I watch? How did the skirt turn out in Starfleet Academy on the Klingon? How did that skirt turn out on Starfleet Academy? Not too well. The casting of Service Snape. Oh, it's uglier. It turned out uglier. Guys, things took an even uglier turn last year. It was so ugly. Oh my God, it's so ugly. It's so ugly. Black Mirror was cast as Papa Esidu was cast as Service Snape. It turned so ugly. So that line basically says, you're saying because he was cast as Snape, it's ugly. That's literally, as an English major, I'm just telling you, bruh. Who's the frickin' dumbass who wrote this? Take a frickin' English course, Daniel Roberts. Fuck, they'll let any dumbass write, use the English language. Any dumbass. Have you written anything before? Oh yeah, I speak English. Things took an even uglier turn read the sentence, right? Things took an even uglier turn last year when Papa Disu was cast as... He is literally saying it turned ugly when they cast him. You're the one that's racist, motherfucker. SCG was one of several actors announced at the time, including John Lithgow as Albus Dumbledore. Dumbledore versus Gandalf. Who wins? Dumbledore versus Gandalf. Who wins? Nick Frost as Rubus Hagrid and Janet McTeer as Minerva McGonagall. Since then, dozens more names have been added to the series ensemble cast, including Dominic McLaughlin, Alistair Stout, and Arabella Stanton, obviously English, who play Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, and Hermione Granger, respectively. The Harry Potter casting backlash, my friends. None, however, have faced the same harsh criticism as Isidue, a black actor who is stepping in the role of a character brought to life in the films by the late Alan Rickman. Since Isidue's casting was announced, many Harry Potter fans have voiced their disappointment, largely because Snape is described as white in Rowling's books. The author herself has also described Snape in such a way that strongly implies that he's white. It doesn't imply it. He is freaking white, you stupid dumbass. She's literally saying he is Caucasian. Those fans also grew up with watching Rickman brilliantly portray the double agent potions master on screen. There he is, Guys, Alex Rickman is a legend. The man was a legend. He was. As such, it will be unfair to label all criticism as racist. After all, it's obvious why some fans are confused. The books! It's not the movies, it's the freaking books. If you grew up reading the books as a kid, your entire concept, your entire... Again, if Black Panther took his thing off and standing there was Keanu Reeves... Hey guys... The nicest man in Hollywood. You take off the mask of Black Panther. And the actor is Keanu Reeves. You can't get mad at him. He's the nicest guy in Hollywood. Would anyone be upset? Maybe he's not Caucasian dark enough. Maybe he's not Caucasian dark enough. What HBO and Warner Brothers ought to have added is that while the show will adapt several elements from the pages that never made it into the big screen, some characters' portrayals will differ so as to set it apart from the films. Well, no shit, Sherlock. No, duh. Not only... Look, it's nothing against the actor. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but I get it. If I grew up as a kid, growing up all the way through, and I have I understand, like the relationship, I know the relationship with Harry Potter and Snape is really important. It's a really important relationship. And I get it that if you're race swapping, why does it only work the one way? What if we did it the other way? There's been examples, and oh my God, the uproar, the absolute uproar is insane. It's a one-way street. Let's face it, guys. It's a one-way street. Race swapping works if it goes the one direction. Female Muse. Can I mention that again? Female Muse on Daredevil. Female Muse. I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought it was going to be some sort of other thing. Like, it's looking like it's going to be Female Muse on Daredevil. Not only that, but actors are chosen for their skills and talents. Oh, now it's a meritocracy. Why can't a white character like Snape be portrayed by a black actor? Why can't a black character like Blade or anyone in Wakanda be portrayed as a white actor? Can we do that? Can we do that? Are we good with that? We good? We okay with that? We good? Unfortunately, other fans have been outright racist. Right, just racist. Yeah. And now those reactions have amplified following the official trailer, which premiered online last Wednesday. Everything from YouTube videos to memes. And hey, look, the memes are freaking hilarious. So pound sand. Pound sand. You know what? If you can't take a joke, you shouldn't be in the limelight. You shouldn't be in the public eye. You're a public eye. You're a character for millions of fans, and every fan's gets an opinion. Every fan gets an opinion. Everything from YouTube videos to memes and AI generated content, poking fun at Issaju's iteration, like the dreads, the character have been flooding social media. Well, if it's been flooding it, of course it's funny because people are laughing at it. It's stupid. First look at Essedu Snape. We went through this the night before. Okay, this is what he says. Guys, it doesn't even sound real. It does not sound any way how someone would write this. I've been told quit or I'll murder you. Who even says quit? Look, quit or quit or. Really? That's how someone speaks. That's how someone quit or else. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. It's freaking bullshit. I'm not saying that it didn't happen in one form or another, but how you're telling it, I call bullshit. He shared with the times before the trailer premiered. The reality is that I look at Instagram, I will see somebody saying, I'm going to come to your house. Oh, please. Please. Really? Are you buying that? Really? I'm not. I'll just come right. I ain't buying it. I think you're lying. I'm not saying you didn't get it. I don't think it came out the way you're trying to say it. Not even close. SDG was pretty sure he's not going to be murdered. Really? Now you're not. Now you're pretty sure that you're not going to, even though someone came out and said, now you're okay. Seems we've got some contradiction going on. But added that this comment could age badly. Yeah, your comment. He also insisted that nobody should have encountered this. Like, everybody knew this was going to happen. And this is why this whole Harry Potter TV show just dropped a couple of notches. Again, what if I played the Black Panther in Wakanda? I'm Black Panther. I pull the hood off, it's me, smiling. Is that cool? The I May Destroy You actor said that the abuse fuels him. The abuse fuels me, I guess, and makes me more passionate about making this character my own because I think of how I felt as a kid. Well, it's not your own. The character is not your own. And I get it. Maybe you're trying to act it in your own different particular way. But that's going to cause some clashes with how people perceive that character to be in relation to Harry Potter. Fuel on the fire, right? Fuel on the fire. Security tightened on Harry Potter set, of course. That's, you know. It was reported that amid the threats, HBO has tightened security on the set. I'd love to see the tweets or the Instagram. Can we see them? Can we see them? Stop saying it and show the evidence. Why wouldn't you show the evidence? Here's what I got, guys. It's just hearsay. I'm not going to believe hearsay. No, I don't believe you because I don't believe frickin' hearsay. Show me the frickin' evidence and I will be on your side. But until then, don't make me buy into just shit that you say. Drives me crazy. HBO CEO Casey Bloys told Variety that the production has a serious security team while alluding, oh my God. Really, someone's going to come on set. You're Black Snape. I'm going to end you right here now. You're the Black Snape. With death threats on social media saying, with all, okay, is this real? With all actors of any kind of big IP shows, and this is obviously one of those where you've got, passionate fans, people with a lot of opinions, it can get scary in places. Who's saying this? Oh, it's the CEO saying this. It can get scary in places. So for now, shows like that, we anticipated it would tried and have been training, best practices in terms of social media and how we handle it and how to handle it. And obviously we've got a serious security problem or a serious team. So unfortunately it was something that we thought might happen and you thought it might happen. You're so fucking stupid. Just try to be as careful as we can. Seriously, bruh. Casey, you're an idiot. You thought it might happen. You guys had meeting after meeting after meeting on exactly how you're going to handle it. There were probably 100 meetings before anything ever came out on this thing. Look, the proof is in the pudding. When the thing comes out, how fans respond, that's the proof in the pudding. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, so I'm not going to jump up and down one way or the other. I do think race swapping is a bad idea for the most part. There's times it works. Nick Fury, I think I mentioned that in the last. Nick Fury worked really well. Harry Potter, Black Snape. That one, my friends, is up in the air. I don't want to own anyone's body. I do allow. Oh, I think we went through that one, right? I think we know that one. Yeah. Pamela, I I'm going to go back to not speaking. No, we love you speaking, Pamela, because it's always too late on what's going on with the stream. Well, it is, I know, because I go through a segment and I go back to that. Well, we get back to it and it makes, look, Pamela, don't stop being you. Don't. I want some of your broiled chicken breasts, though. The ones you just cooked up. You got some potatoes? You got some potatoes with that? I'm a little racist too. No, you're not. It's not racist. Like, you can have an opinion. I have a friend. So when 20 years in Los Angeles. This is an interesting story. One of my friends, his son, a lot of my friends' sons, they're American Mexican, right? They were actually born in America, but they are, Mexican roots. So there's one guy, he worked for me. I'm not going to say a name. He worked for me. Nice guy, great guy, really nice guy. And he went back to Mexico for 2 years, and he went to school. And because he was Mexican American, he looks very Mexican. Like, he looks, a slightly darker skin, I wish I had a skin color. Like, it's just a golden, nice. It's like me with like 4 or 5 tanning sessions. It's just perfect, perfect skin tone. And he was absolutely teased so bad, threatened and teased because he wasn't Mexican. He was American Mexican. And if you think it doesn't happen in other countries, you're a freaking idiot. You're as dumb as you are. You're as dumb as the day is long. You think being Caucasian in China, you're not faced with racism? You think being black in China or Japan or other Asian countries, you're not treated differently? You want to be treated bad? You go there, figure it out. The Japanese immigration system, I couldn't become even if I married a Japanese citizen, the chance of me getting Japanese citizenship is almost zero because of the color of my skin. Because of the color of my skin. Because of cultural differences. If you go through and you analyze the world's immigration laws and how people are treated, go to Brazil. See how black people are treated in Brazil. In America, the richest Americans, the most well-off blacks in all the world is America, right? All the black-run controlled countries all over the world, they live in hell and poverty. But if you're black in America, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Bye, y'all. I'm watching the movie. All right, Pamela. You're probably already watching. Alan Rickman and Robin Hood, after stabbing the sheriff of Nottingham in the heart. At least I didn't use a spoon. Yeah, right? Yeah. No, that's not what he said. Or he threatened, I think he threatened to use a spoon. And I'll use a spoon or something like that, right? Yeah. But regardless, yeah. Most of the death threats that I get these days come from former coworkers. Okay. Yeah, could be. Yeah. I don't know. It sounds good to me. I'm Vander, I'm buying what you're selling. So that's... I have one mouth. It's the Thursday night POPRAGEOUS Live Big Show audience, guys. It's a big crowd. 100 people. 100 people in audience. You guys look good. No, yeah. Right on. Yeah. No, you look good. Big audience. I got one mouthful, a red wine. I had half a glass today. It feels, 2/3 of a glass. 2/3. I will finish off the evening. I'll go back to Supergirl. I'll touch base on Supergirl. And more so on superhero movies. As a screenwriter, I know. I know I say that a lot. Everything that's happened, so the superhero genre, the comments everyone say, the superhero genre is dead, or the superhero genre it's run its course, and it's what, yeah. The question is, has it? For all intents and purposes, given the structure that's in place today, given the decision makers that are in place today in Hollywood, and I know some of them, given the structure, the entire group of 2,000 people, I don't know, whatever it is, 1,500 people that are in place in the studios, that is the current structure that comprise everything from writing, production, directing, assistants, production assistants, directing assistants, to everybody that's involved in the whole 9 yards of concept, script, movie, distribution. Everything that's in place needs to be dismantled. It needs to be taken apart. Doomsday will be an absolute disaster. It's going to look stupid. Now, the numbers might tell a story that go, wow, look at that. It did $1 billion. Well, yeah, well, they need $1.5 billion just to break even. Old Man Iron Man is not going to solve anything. And it doesn't matter whatever happens. He's making $80 million to $100 million. Robert Downey Jr. Does he want to ruin his legacy? Of course not. Of course not. Robert Downey Jr., he's a proud actor. He's a good actor. I mean, you go back to Iron Man 2008. Was he the perfect choice for that role? Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, he was. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. It's the same thing. Logan, right? It's like equivalent to me. Logan. That was such a brilliantly written screenplay story for that character. It should have ended there, but money and everything. And look, I think Hugh Jackman, takes a look at it and goes, you know what? I like playing this character. And he hits his 50s. Hugh Jackman hits his mid 50s, and he goes, if I don't play him one more time, or maybe 2 more times, I will never have a chance. Otherwise, I will literally be playing Old Man Wolverine. So Hugh Jackman thinks, and Hugh Jackman's a good guy. He's a good actor. He's not dumb. Hugh Jackman thinks in this whole Marvel universe, he said he was done. After Logan, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm a done, right, Kramer? Like on the old masturbation bet. I'm out of here. I'm out of the contest. Here's my $100. I'm out. Hugh Jackman was out of Marvel. I'm done. It's a great way to end the character. That's it. I feel good. Feel satisfied. Until everything, Ryan Reynolds laid the bug right in Deadpool. What if? It was that what if. Even though he was done here, back here in the back of his brain, he was like, holy jeez, what if? But he comes back and he does it. And it works. Now we've got Old Man Iron Man. But he's not playing Old Man Iron Man. He's playing frickin' Dr. Doom. Is there going to be a line that says, Thor goes, yo, hey, mate, you really look like Tony Stark, a little bit like Tony Stark. Are you related or anyway? Are you related, mate? You want to come for a barbecue? That's old shrimp on the barbie there. Over in Australia, mate. You want to come over, mate? You know what I'm saying? Does someone say, I am Dr. Doom? Oh, sorry. I am Dr. Doom. Doctor. Dr. Doolittle. He was good at Chaplin. He was good at Chaplin. So the point is, if you take a look at the totality, let's take a look at the totality of what's happened. I would argue the Captain America trilogy was the end of the real good stuff. The Captain America trilogy was the good stuff. What did we get next? So Avengers was okay. Well, Avengers was good. Infinity War Endgame, there's some really good parts. I hate, as a screenwriter and as screenwriters, period, you always talk about if you got to use time travel as a plot device for your movie, you suck ass. You suck ass. You do. That means you couldn't write the story in a way that made sense. You had to rely on the one thing that the universe probably says is not possible, because entropy is an arrow of time that says only this way, motherfucker. Only this way is the way. But you're going to say, I got no writing ideas. I kind of wrote myself into a corner. So I'm going to use time travel to get my ass out of it. And that was Endgame. Now, it was wrapped in a pretty good story and an emotional ending that allowed you to forgive the stupid plot point of time travel. And everything that we've got since, everything in Marvel. And this is my closing comments for Thursday Night POPRAGEOUS. It's on Marvel. Whatever happens in Doomsday, I'm a betting man that it's going to be shite. It's going to be underwhelming. Nobody's talking about it. People have moved on. The only people that haven't moved on is Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is going, you know what? I'm leaving here. This is his last kick at the can. I want to leave on a high note. And whenever you get desperate and you whip things together, it turns into shit and it turns into garbage. And that's exactly what Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to turn into. It's going to be a cavalcade of superheroes dying and living and coming back, and whoops, they're dead. Wait, what? Who's coming up next? Doctor what? Doom my ass. Thank God Thor arrived. Where's Hulk? What the hell happened to Wonder Woman? Wait, she's in DC. What am I thinking? I'm lost. And none of it's going to matter. We're shit because no one's going to fucking care. Disney puts its touch on everything, especially today. Whether it's the Russo brothers or not, Disney takes its hand, just like Daredevil, episode 2 and 3. Episode 2 and 3 is the world of female bosses, man. Female bosses from... Where's the female? What do we got? I got them all written down. Female muse, Karen Page. We've got the female governor, the female judge. We've got all Vanessa. You want to talk about fucking female power? The Disney touch is omniscient in the land of Disney. That includes Marvel. And it includes Star Wars. And if you think fucking Doomsday is going to be anything different, you're stupider than the floor you walk on. You're as dumb as they get. And that includes Secret Wars, because Daredevil, I tell you, man, you better hurry up and get frickin' the Punisher back into Daredevil season 2, because he was the only shit that worked in I'm not going to say that. There are some things that worked in the first season. But I'm telling you, man, the second the Punisher John Bernthal showed up in season 1 is when stuff got interesting. Kingpin's a cuck. Vincent D'Onofrio is shit. Sorry, Vincent. I just being honest. Oh, you're average. I shouldn't say that. That's mean. Take that back. You're average. You're like a 55, 60% Kingpin. But it doesn't matter. Because Disney, I need a wand. Disney has this little wand. And it's going to turn you into a little fairy princess. And all the characters will be fairy princesses. And all the characters will be feminized. And Robert Downey Jr. ain't going to do fuck all about it. He ain't going to do shit. Thor coming out with his big ass muscles and whatever else happens. It ain't going to change the fact that Marvel Disney is done. It's crap. It's garbage. It is over. And spending hundreds of millions of dollars on Old Man Iron Man and everyone else ain't going to save it. I will watch Daredevil episode 4 next week. And if you guys are seriously going down all these avenues, and we're going to see a 13-year-old white tiger that probably goes and kicks everyone's ass. And then Daredevil this is going to turn into The Witcher. Guys, I am predicting Daredevil, born again. Daredevil will become The Witcher. He will become a supporting character within his own TV show. And that's the bottom line. Your impression of Chris Hemsworth sounds like Sylvester Stallone having sex with Crocodile Dundee. I will take that as a compliment, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, Vivander. Oh, guys, we've had fun. Guys, it's been fun. I've had fun. I got to tell you, I've had fun tonight. This is the Thursday Big Show. 3 nights a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I am going to be back 2 nights from now on PopRageous Live. It's Saturday night. We're gonna talk some stuff. I'm gonna have some red wine ready for myself. If you guys have nothing to do on Saturday, April 8th. Wait a sec. April 6th. April 6th. Saturday, April 6th. Please come and join me. My name is Danny Alex. I am PopRageous. We love what we do. Thank you, Vivander. Thank you, Ben Feister, Pamela, everybody. I got to find Mike around. Where the hell is Mike? And everyone that has been with us tonight, it's been a great show. I've had a lot of fun. We're going to be talking more movies, TV shows, pop culture on Saturday. So please join me. Vivander, have a great sleep. Ben Feister, everybody. Everyone who's been watching, I wish you the best. And a great Friday. I'll see you in about 45 hours. Cheers. Sorry, you're still there. Yeah, baby. Why are you not on the train?
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn.
You. Look at me.
Yes.
What's wrong with being sexy? I mean, there's no...
Sexist.
These go to 11.
Does that mean it's louder?